Hello. Hi, everybody. It's me, Sad Girl, again. Um, I'm going to reintroduce myself because it's been a while since we've talked. But I am just a girl. I'm a woman. I'm a mother. I am a community member. I am a feeler. I am a healer. I am a listener. I'm a talker. Okay? Um, I am all of the above, but most of all, I am somebody who is concerned at this moment. And I feel that it is my responsibility, as it is all of ours, but especially mine, because I've come to a certain level of understanding where it's impossible to continue the way I was. It's just impossible. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what I've been thinking about, some questions that I've been asking myself, and maybe they'll help you. I don't know who's out there listening, but maybe this will resonate with you. So, the first thing I wanted to say is the theme of this is, what are we trying to protect? What are we trying to protect, or what are we afraid of, right? What am I afraid of? These are things I had to ask myself in terms of breaking out of the norm, in terms of changing things in our capitalistic society, right? Speaking out, rallying, engaging in a general strike. So here are some compelling reasons that I gave myself for that. Number one, the law. I just read a book by Ibram X. Kendi called Stamped from the Beginning. And wow. The way that the history of the United States, from before its conception, from European ideals through the Declaration of Independence, through the Reconstruction era, all of those times, it was based off of racism. Everything they did, everything they wrote was based off of racism. And when you really take a closer look at the disparities among races, it's not by accident. There's no way that's an accident. And there's no way you go on with this amount of time without remedying those things or noticing them. Okay? So they know what they're doing. This system was specifically built for white men to sustain and uplift white men. It was never meant for us. So fuck the laws. All right, that's number one. Number two, the Bible. The Bible. You're afraid. You don't want to break the rules. You don't want to upset your family. You don't want to go to hell. The history of the Bible. And I get it. People gotta have faith. You gotta have your faith. I'm not coming for your faith. But what kind of God would want you to remain oppressed? When we look at the history of Christianity and how it was spread across the globe, specifically as a document of indoctrination for American and European freedom of abuse. I had to put that one together, but you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you can't you know, praise your God and love Jesus, and, you know, but think very deeply. Think about the people who are still colonizing Africa and would have continued to enslave and continue to oppress us through laws. They have big motives for instilling that fear in you, but I don't think God wants you to be oppressed. I don't think God wants you to hide from your gifts. I don't think God wants you to look at yourself. Look at yourself. I mean, you are a reflection of me, and I am a reflection of you. Look at me. Look at this skin. I don't think you're cursed. You don't look cursed to me, baby. You look good. You don't look cursed to me. So, I don't think that standing up for your rights and standing up for the rights of others is going to land you in hell. Okay? And if it is, that's not the God that made me. Because the God that made me filled me with love and appreciation for the earth, which leads me to my next point. Global warming. Global warming is a huge deal, okay? On the list of major threats to our planet, catastrophic weather events is number 1 for long term, and number 2 on short term after misinformation/disinformation. Can you imagine? So misinformation and disinformation is our number 1 current biggest threat to to human life and you know, the earth. So when I am saying that we are not grasping, because the big oil and, you know, everyone who has a stake in plundering earth is suppressing this information. This is serious. This is scary. This is not a joke. We have to stand up, because there is no future for us if we continue to plunder the earth and continue to see these exponential growth patterns on the heat maps. Okay? And the man, it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's scary, and it's coming, and it's... So this gets back to my point of, what am I afraid of? What am I trying to protect? What am I trying to maintain? These racist capitalistic systems that are never going to work for me? These racist capitalistic systems that are actively keeping us in desolation and tearing down earth and snatching resources from people that take care of the land, and calling that savagery, calling this hell we live, where we have to watch our peers starve in the street. You don't... that feeling that you feel in your stomach when you see somebody hungry or you see somebody dirty in the street, that's because that's your human nature. That's your natural instinct, is to want to help, is to feel pity for those of your own. How can you ignore that? How can we continue to ignore that feeling? I can't ignore that feeling any longer. So that brings me back to what I was saying. What future are you protecting? And while these men continue to plunder the earth, okay, and cause climate change and extreme weather events, droughts, all of these things are going to lead to the scarcity that they are talking about now, that scares us so much, that is fabricated scarcity. But if we continue to allow their behaviors to continue, it is not going to be fabricated. They are going to run us into a scarcity event. And guess who is going to have the resources? They are. They have the money. They have the ability to move around and go to where places that can still support food growth. They have the money to develop all the technologies that is going to get us air purifiers, because they continue to pollute the air that we breathe, the water that we drink. There is no other option. There is no other future. What are we trying to protect? And lastly, decentering and decolonizing does not mean anarchy. There are very intelligent politicians that we can put in place complete the same way that the Trump administration is overhauling laws, overhauling 100-year-old and 50-year-old institutions. We can do that. He is setting the blueprint. It is possible. It is possible if we stand up, if we resist. And lastly, I want to leave you guys with a poem that I wrote that finally summarizes how I feel about taking action and resisting and yeah. So this poem is called If God is a White Man. If God is a white man, then heaven be damned. If God is a white man, then prayer is a scam. If God is a white man, the rupture is in Palestine. And if God is a white man, there's no angel with color like mine. If God is a white man, the rupture is in the Congo. If God is a white man, for me there is no heavenly hope. If God is a white man, my black body is the ultimate sin. If God is a white man, no wonder the world is so grim. If God is a white man, I will surely suffer in the afterlife. If God is a white man, I might as well begin my glory here with a knife. If God is a white man, eternity is only more strife. I just want to say I love you. I feel the energy. I feel the pain, the fear. But I want to invite you to focus on the end goal. I want to invite you to stop trying to cling to the feeling of comfort, because whether we like it or not, there's going to be discomfort. Do we want that discomfort to come when we are in power and we can still control the outcome? Or do we want that discomfort to come once we have lost all of Earth's resources, once we have allowed these people to turn us into a hopeless situation? I will leave you with that question. Thank you.